Right, so today I'm making lamb curry. Here's all the ingredients, pretty much all in one go really. If we have a look here, we've got 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds, 2 teaspoons of mustard seeds. You can use black or the brown mustard seeds. I had both, so I just mixed them together. That one there is curry leaves. Now you don't have to use curry leaves, but curry leaves to me has got a beautiful aroma, and it just adds that extra texture and balance to the curry. But once again, you don't have to use it. Cinnamon sticks, so I'll fry all of that in oil. That gives a really nice aroma. Here we got 5 lamb steaks, some quality lamb steaks from the butcher that I've diced up, so we're going to be using that. We've got 4 onions here. Obviously diced tomatoes and coconut milk have to go in it. The curry powder that I'm using, which I actually like, it's got a really good flavour, is the G-Fresh curry powder Hot Madras. Now there's that many curry powders on the market there. You know, you can choose any curry powder you want. So I mean, if you certainly like a certain flavour of curry powder, then you can just get that. But there's all different types of curry powders, but I like to use that one. Now I've got some coriander powder here too. I'll add probably 1.5 teaspoons or such to the curry when it's nearly finished, and I'll also add fresh coriander to it as well. I love the flavour of coriander. So of course potatoes as well. So we're going to get in and start cooking that and see how it goes. Alright, let's talk spice. Now you don't have to use chilies in your curry at all. If you can't tolerate the heat, you can just make a curry without all the chilies in it. So I like quite a bit of heat in my curry. So today I'm going to be adding 3 brain collapse chilies and 3 orange reapers and also 3 habanero chilies. So these ones here are super hot chilies. They're probably 1 million Scoville heat units, and the habaneros are, you know, they're probably anywhere from 50 to 80,000 Scoville heat units, but they got a good flavour, the habaneros. I'll be blending all these with garlic and ginger, so that'll go into the cook when the onions are nearly golden brown. So we'll get to that very shortly. Alright, so in a pan you want to get yourself some oil, whatever oil you use. Olive oil is pretty good, and I've put that much oil in for the cooking process. Now if you do put too much oil in, that's fine also. We can also drag the oil out later on through the cooking process. So I've got my element on. I like to do slow cooking curry, so I've got it on sort of medium heat. Now I'm going to chuck in all my cumin seeds, mustard seeds, curry leaves and cinnamon sticks straight into the pot. Give it a stir around. Now what we're going to do is we're going to let it sit there. Once you hear the mustard seed starting to pop, then you can throw your onions in. So we'll just let that sit there for a while, and should only take, you know, 2 to 3 minutes for the oil to heat up and the mustard seeds to start to pop. Alright, we've got everything bubbling away there. You can hear a little bit of popping from the mustard seeds, so we can put our onions in. Give it a good stir. You can break up some big bits while you're stirring as well, just so they fry evenly. Now, as I said, it's on a medium heat, so the colour of the onions we want to see like a mustardy golden brown, and then we know that's ready for the next step in our curry process. So until then, we'll get back to this very shortly. Alright, so the onions have got a good start on them. Alright, they're obviously not golden brown. You don't want them to get golden brown if you're cooking lamb curry. You want to put the lamb into saute with the onions. If it was chicken curry, I'd wait till these are nearly golden brown, then I'd add me chilies, and then I'd add me chicken to marinate in it. But now we're going to put all the lamb in. And we'll give that a good mix. And I want all the juices of the lamb to come out and spread with the onions. Now, as I said, I like to cook my curries slow, so I'm not here to sear the meat, although you can turn up the heat and just stand here and continuously stir it while it's searing, but I just like to slowly cook it, let all the juices come out, and we'll move on to the next step. But it's looking delicious already. Now, every 5 to 7 minutes you want to get in there and give it a good stir. Make sure nothing's sticking. There shouldn't be anything sticking in this procedure, but as long as you're stirring it every 5 or so minutes, we should be good to go. Let that rest down again, and away we go. Right, so as you can see, there's actually a lot of moisture, a lot of water in here now, right? But that's normal for lamb. What will happen is all that moisture will evaporate through the cooking procedure, and it will end up just leaving the oils back in there, which will carry on and fry those onions. So you just want to get in there and give it a stir, and just let the process happen. Wait till all that moisture comes out of it, and then we can move on to the next step. Alright, a lot of that moisture's come out of the pot now, so back to the frying stage, which is good. And make sure you give it a stir. Make sure nothing's sticking on the bottom. In this case, it's sort of sticking, but you've got to expect that with lamb. Now, it's been about probably half an hour or so in this process. We're ready to put our chilies in now. Chili, garlic and ginger. And I want to saute that around so all the flavour gets in there. Alright. So we'll put our hot chili, garlic and ginger in there. And give that a good mix through. Now I can see some stuff sticking on the bottom there, so I really want to get that off because I don't want it to cook any further. Looks pretty darn good and smells really nice. Now while that sits there and does its thing, I'll take you over this side and we'll make our curry batch up. So using the same container I used to blend all my chilies, and I'm just going to fill that with a bit of water. And then I've probably got just about half of container of my curry powder that I like to use. As I said, you can use whatever curry powder you like. So I'm just going to put that in there. And then grab yourself a spoon and just give that a mix around. So the next step after the chili, garlic and ginger is sauteed through our mixture in the pot, I'm going to pour this in, add the onions, and we're going to put it on a boil until the potatoes are soft. So we'll get to that very shortly. Alright, one last stir, for now anyway. Just makes all the sticky parts off the bottom off. Now we're going to add our curry powder mix. Right, let's give that a good stirring. Still making sure that there's nothing stuck to the bottom. The last thing we want is something stuck to the bottom and then it burns and ruins our whole dish. Looks pretty darn good to me. Add the potatoes in. Now you can also cook some rice if you want to have rice with your curry. I don't normally bother with that. I just have potatoes and the curry itself, but personal preference. Now we just sit there and let it boil, giving it a stir every 5 or so minutes, making sure once again nothing's sticking to the bottom. So we'll get back to that shortly. Alright, the curry's boiling away. Going to put our diced tomatoes in now. Give that a good stir around. Now what we're waiting for now is we're waiting for the potatoes to be, you know, soft that you can cut into, so it's a nice texture when you bite into it. Once that happens, we're going to be adding the coconut cream, and then the job is done. So we'll give it a taste test very shortly and see how those potatoes are. Alright, the curry's looking good, so now we're going to get one of my favourite spices, or herbs I should say, ready, and that's coriander. Not many people like coriander. I, however, love it. Now, some people pluck the leaves off and they'll just put it in their curry. However, I like to just dice up. We'll just finely cut up the whole lot and throw that in the pot. Now, obviously, if I'm serving this to guests, I'll keep some leaves, some fresh leaves, without chopping them, so I can put it on top of the curry when you serve it, because it's all about presentation and people eat with their eyes. So all that's going to go into the curry. Right now though, we're going to go and taste a potato and see if it's all cooked. So it's looking really good there. So let's give it a quick stir. I'm going to turn the heat down a bit now as well, because it's right at the end of the cooking process. So I'll try and grab the biggest potato that I can. That'll do. Let's flip it up on its side. I want to grab a knife and just give it a cut, and if it goes, oh look at that, just through easy. Alright. It's going to need at least another 5 minutes. It's still stuffed, but it's still soft, but it's got that little bit of a hard texture to it. So we'll just give it another 5 minutes. They can go back in the pot. And then once they become soft, it's coconut cream and the coriander. Alright, cooking process is pretty much done. In with the coriander. Now I can see all you guys now going, yuck, you just destroyed your curry with all that coriander. But that's fine, I love it. Give it a good stir in. And for all those that say that coriander tastes like soap, well, you can blame your genetics for that, because it is a genetic thing, whether you like coriander or not. That's all stirred in. Now we're going to put some nice coconut cream in it. Coconut cream goes well with curries. Give that a stir in as well. And we're pretty much ready to serve. So I'll dish up some and we'll have a taste.